with our Mangalacharan prayers, the auspicious invocation prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We are continuing our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic literature. And we are reading from the 10th canto, chapter 50, text 22 through 29 are the verses allotted for today. So let's get started. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 22. Hari Parani Kapayo Muchamuhu Shili Mukhat Ulbanavarsh Piditam Swasainyamalokyya Surarchitam Vyaspurjaya Charanga Sharasanuttamam. Translations and purports by the humble disciples of our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Seeing his own army tormented by the relentless and savage rain of arrows from the massive opposing forces gathered like clouds about him, Lord Krishna, who is addressed here as Lord Hari, twanged his excellent bow, Sharanga, which both the gods and the demons worship. Krishna saw that his own soldiers were being tormented by the relentless arrows of Jarasandha's army who had attacked. Krishna took up his own Sharanga bow and twanged it, created a tumultuous reverberating sound with his own bow. And this bow is worshipped by everyone, the demigods and the demons. What this means is we are in Krishna's army because we have taken to Krishna consciousness. In this world, always we will have two choices in any situation of life. Either we can be on the side of God, we can be on the side of Krishna, or we can be on the side opposite to Krishna. There are always people in this world who want to serve the Lord And in the material world, they are minority. And there will be majority of people who want to live their life in disharmony with Krishna's will. Whereas in the spiritual world, 100% of the population is devoted to Krishna's service. That is the difference between the spiritual world and the material world. In the spiritual world, as explained by Lord Krishna in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the spiritual world, everyone is a devotee. Everyone is perfect. Everyone is infallible. Akshara. In the spiritual world, everyone is Akshara. Everyone is infallible. Whereas in the material world, majority of the people are not in harmony with Krishna's desire. But a minority of the population will be devotees in the material world. And as we see in this description in the previous classes, you must have read in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna went out to face Jarasandha's massive army with only a few soldiers. So Jarasandha's army was way larger. Jarasandha's followers were numerous, way more than Krishna's handful soldiers. And that's how this material world will be always. The devotees will be less and the non-devotees will be more. The devotional propaganda will be less and the materialistic propaganda will be more. This is how this material world has been, and this is how this material world will be. Therefore, Lord Krishna advises us in Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter, Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. After coming to this temporary miserable world, just worship me and come back to me. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gatam. That once we attain Krishna, then we never have to come back to this material world, which is temporary and full of miseries. It is dukkhalaya. It is a world of sorrow, this material world. Material life is very tough. It's very difficult. We may go through phases of harmony and balance and wellness and happiness. But if we honestly analyze, as we say in the medical terms, our prognosis is poor. Patients ask me, what's my prognosis? And if we analyze, we all have a very poor prognosis. We are all going to get old, we are all going to get disease, and we are all going to die. The prognosis is poor for all of us, materially. But spiritual prognosis, that depends on even the material prognosis. In most cases, it depends on our life choices. If we overeat, we don't exercise, we don't eat healthy, we are going to have health problems. And if we simply respect the body and follow certain rules and regulations that are healthy, we make healthy choices, we will enjoy better health. If we eat healthy, we eat at the right intervals, we fast for the right intervals, and we have adequate physical activity, we will enjoy good health, generally speaking. Similarly, our spiritual prognosis will depend on the choices and our lifestyle that we live. If we chant our rounds, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, attentively, if we attend the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, if we read the holy scriptures which are there to guide us, if we associate with spiritually wise people, then our spiritual prognosis is excellent. If we come for the Thursday night kirtans, we loudly in the association of devotees, we with feeling and devotion we sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then our spiritual prognosis is excellent. Krishna guarantees our excellent spiritual prognosis in Bhagavad Gita. Says, Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Krishna is saying, oh, take this guarantee of excellent spiritual prognosis. If you simply think of me, become my devotee, you worship me, you offer your obeisances to me, you remain under my shelter. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja. Krishna says, I will remove all the spiritual diseases. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami. And he says, don't worry, ma sucha. Mam eva shasi. You will come to me. Satyam te, I'm telling you the truth. Have faith in me. So Krishna is the most expert physician, and he's giving us the treatment by which our prognosis, spiritual prognosis, is 100% guaranteed to be excellent. We have to simply make a choice that we want to be in Krishna's army. We want to make bhakti, devotion to Krishna, the center of our life. Bhakti is the center of our life. If we do that, then we are in Krishna's army. And the other army is abhakti. They don't have bhakti. They don't have devotion to God. They are devoted to their own sense gratification. They may appear as very kind, nice, sober, cultured, dignified, educated, successful people. And we give them all credit for all these attributes, all these qualities. That's true. But all these qualities are in the domain of material existence. At the time of death, all this will be taken away. Murtyu sarva haraschaham, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. At the time of death, all these material attributes will be taken away, snatched away, and they will be finished. A MBA from Columbia University in the next life cannot claim, hey, I was an MBA in my last life. Come on, give me a job in this life also. No, you have to go through pre-K, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, university, all over again. Because material accomplishments, material qualifications are all lost with death. Mrityu sarva harascha. Mrityu means death. Everything will be taken away. Everything will be lost. You have to start all over again. But not so with spiritual accomplishments, not so with spiritual achievements. Neha vikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a small amount of spiritual endeavor is never lost. It stays with us eternally, Krishna says. Neha vikrama nashosti. Nash means destroyed. It is never destroyed. Neha. It is never destroyed. Spiritual accomplishments are never destroyed. One Hare Krishna Mahamantra with feeling we chant, Krishna will never forget. Krishna doesn't forget our spiritual endeavors. So we have to simply make sure we are in Krishna's army and we are doing what Krishna has told us through the Guru Parampara. So here Krishna's army is very small and in the material world, the devotees will face problems. The devotees will face impediments. The devotees will face opposition. The devotees will face unfavorable circumstances, just like Krishna's army is facing. Tormented. The word used here is Krishna's army was being tormented. Piditam. Piditam. They were pained by the enemies. So we will also go through pain and suffering in this world as devotees. What was the fault of Lord Jesus Christ? That he glorified the Supreme Lord with so much love and preached the glories of the Supreme Lord. What was the fault of Haridas Thakur? You see, throughout the ages, The devotees have been um, ridiculed, devotees have been persecuted. And even if we are not persecuted for being devotees, it's just the nature of this material world that everyone is persecuted by material energy. Time is making us grow old. Time will place different diseases in our bodies. Our arteries will get clogged. Some tumor may be growing somewhere in the body. Our joints and bones are becoming brittle. What to do? This is just the influence of material time on our body. This is inevitable. We have to just accept it and try to rise above the inevitable. Either we can get overwhelmed by what is inevitable and just analyze all our problems and get paralyzed. As they say, paralysis by analysis. Or we can take help of the spiritually wise people. We can take help of the holy scriptures and rise above the problems of this world and experience a divine bliss, experience Krishna's protection, just like Krishna's small army is experiencing protection from Krishna as Krishna picked up his bow. Text 23. Grinan nishangad ath sandhadhascharaन् विकृष्य मुञ्चन् शितबाणपुङ्गान् निघ्नन् रथान् कुञ्जरवाजिपत्तिन् निरन्तरं यद्वदलात चक्रम्. Lord Krishna took arrows from his own quiver, fixed them on the bowstring, pulled back, and released endless torrents of sharp shafts, sharp arrows, which struck the enemy's chariots, elephants, horses, and infantrymen. Lord Krishna shooting his arrows resembled a blazing circle of fire. Krishna's hands were moving so fast as he was shooting the arrows, it looked like a big circle. Constantly, Krishna was releasing arrows, and Krishna never missed. Krishna never missed. All his arrows hit the target. And the enemy was completely destroyed. Their chariots, elephants, horses, infantrymen, their weapons. Shri Krishna Vijay. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Krishna is always victorious. He is Ajit, unconquerable. Text 24. Nirbhinna kumbha karino nipetur aneka shoshvah sharavrinkna kandarah ratha hatashvadhvajasutanayakah padayatas bhujoru kandarah. Elephants fell to the ground. Their foreheads split open. Hare Krishna. You can imagine the ballistic power of Krishna's arrows. Krishna doesn't need any hollow point bullets. Krishna's arrows, they were just splitting open the heads of massive elephants. Cavalry horses fell with severed necks. Chariots fell with their horses, flags, the chariot drivers, and the warriors on the chariot, the masters. Everything shattered. All of them destroyed. And the foot soldiers collapsed with severed arms, thighs, and shoulders. Hare Krishna. This is Viryaras. There are 12 types of relationships we can have with Krishna. 5 are main. Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. The relationship of neutrality, servitude, friendship, parenthood, and conjugal lover. But then there are seven uparasas, minor mellows of relationship and dealings with Krishna. One of them is Virya Ras, where um, Krishna likes to engage in battle. Krishna is a person. Krishna like there is Hasya Ras. Krishna likes to joke and have fun, and Krishna also likes to fight sometimes. And these demons, they think they are very powerful and they are doing something for their own accomplishment and betterment. Little do they know they are part of Krishna's script and they are simply serving Krishna in a different rasa, in a different relationship, which Krishna wants to enjoy at that time. Sometimes Krishna also wants to, you know, exercise his muscles and fight. And the devotees won't fight with him. So he uses these demons. Come fight with me. I want to enjoy some wrestling. I want to enjoy some fighting. I want to uh, shoot. Like sometimes people who have guns, they say, "Oh, let's go to the range. Let's go to the range and you know shoot some bullets." Sometimes Krishna feels, "Okay, let's go to the battlefield and let's release some arrows." Krishna wants to play with his sharanga, his bow and arrows. So he uses these demons to fight with him and give him enjoyment. So demons think that they are enjoying, but actually everybody is serving Krishna. Therefore, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Ekela Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Jai Jai Se Nachai Se Taise Kare Nritya. Ekela Ishvara Krishna. There is only one enjoyer. There is only one master. That is Krishna. What about me? Arasava Bhritya, and everyone else is servant. There is one master Krishna, everyone else is servant. Ekela Ishvara Krishna, Arasava Bhritya. Jai Jai se nachai se, taise kare nritya. And as Krishna wants us to dance, we dance. We dance. And it's a unique dance. It's a dance, it's a pole dance. Because we think we are dancing. I have independence, I can dance the way I want, but actually we are tied to the pole. We have free will, but within the radius of the rope that has tied us to the pole of the law of karma. So yes, we have some independence, but then we are bound also. We cannot go beyond certain boundaries. So within that radius of that rope, we can dance the way we want. But actually, we are dancing under Krishna's control. So there is both things are there. There is destiny and there is free will. Just like a person tied to a pole with a rope or an animal tied to a pole with a rope. Within the permissive radius of that rope, the animal can do anything. Animal can sit, animal can stand, animal can eat, animal can poop, animal can walk around. But if you tell the animal, can you go 50 feet away from the pole? And the length of the rope is only 5 feet. The animal cannot. So there are some things we can do, there are some things we cannot do. We cannot say man is the master of his destiny. That's nonsense. That's ignorance. It's just not true. Try it. Can you live for 200 years? Can you avoid old age? No. Can you prevent osteoporosis? Try it. Cannot. Just the other day, I was taking care of a VVIP patient. I mean, every patient is VVIP, but when someone is very, very rich and famous, then they have access to even experimental or innovative treatments they want to try, which may not be covered by insurance. They want to pay out of pocket and they want to use certain treatments. They can do so because they have the money, things that are not covered by the insurance. Such a patient was admitted with severe back pain because of compression fracture, just from osteoporosis, severe osteoporosis. And there are certain treatment that can be done to somehow augment those brittle bones and make them stronger so that some type of surgery can be done and some hardware can be fixed there to help the bones that are just giving way. But this person's osteoporosis was so advanced that no matter where the neurosurgeon tried, they just couldn't put any hardware. The bones would not hold any screw, any nail. So what can be done? All the money cannot help. Money cannot help in every situation. That's just the way this world is designed. So here the demons think that they can fight with Krishna for their own purpose, but actually they are dancing to the tune of Krishna. Jai jaise nachaye sai taise kare nritya. Krishna ties us to a pole and says, you dance there. And we are dancing, we think I'm independent, I can dance the way I want. No, but we are dancing where Krishna wants you to dance. So there is independence and there is dependence both for us. But Krishna is completely independent. Okay, I'm supposed to finish here. But let me go real fast. I will not speak anything. I will just read the verses and the translation from here on. 25th verse. Sanchidyamana dvipade bhavajina manga prasuta shatasho shrig apagaha bhujahaya purusha शीर्षकच्छपा हतद्विपद्वीपहय ग्रहाकुलाः करोरुमीना नरकेश शैवला धनुस्तरङ्गायुधगुल्मशङ्कुला अच्छूरिकावर्तभयानका महामणि प्रवेका भरणाश्म शर्कराः प्रवर्तिताभिरुभया वहामृदे मनस्विनां हर्षकरी परस्परं विनिघ्नतारिं मुशलेन दुर्मदान् संकर्षणेनार्परिमेय तेजसा बलं तदङ्गार्णवदुर्ग भैरवं दुरन्तपारं मगधेन्द्र पालितं क्षयं प्रणीतं वसुदेवपुत्रयोर् विक्रीडतं तज्जगदीशयो परम्. This is very, very graphic yet very, very poetic. Because see, Krishna is killing the demons. So we should not have any love lost for them. Very graphic, but very, very poetic and beautiful description. I feel very happy when I read such descriptions because the sinful murderers, rapists are being punished here. These were man-eating rakshasas who are being decimated. It is a description of their mangled bodies in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Shastra says, when such people are killed, even the saintly people feel joy. This is the purpose of Krishna's advent. Vinashaya cha dushkritam and parittarana sadhuna. So translation. Please enjoy the poetic description. You will not find such beautiful description even in Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or any of those books. And that is fiction. This is real. And that is distracting. This is purifying. Translation. On the battlefield, hundreds of rivers of blood flowed from the limbs of the humans, elephants, and horses who had been cut to pieces. In these rivers of blood, the severed arms resembled snakes, water snakes. The human heads resembled turtles, their shell. The dead elephants, because they're so huge, resembled islands in the river of blood. And the dead horses, because of their shape, resembled crocodiles in the water. Hands and thighs appeared like fish. Human hair like water weeds. Bows like waves. The bows that were floating, wooden bows, they appeared like waves. And various weapons like clumps of bushes. The rivers of blood teemed with all of these. Chariot wheels looked like terrifying whirlpools, and precious gems and ornaments resembled stones and gravel in the rushing red rivers. We do white water rafting. This is red water, which aroused fear in the timid, joy in the wise. Hare Krishna. The wise devotees felt joy on seeing this destruction of the demons. With the blows of his plow weapon, the immeasurably powerful Lord Balaram destroyed Magadendra's military forces. Magadendra is Jarasandh. And though this force was as unfathomable and fearsome as an impassable ocean, for the two sons of Vasudev, Krishna and Balaram, the lords of the universe, the battle was hardly more than a play. It was like a play for them. Last verse, verse 29. Sthit ud bhavantam bhuvanत्रयस्य यः समीहितेनन्त गुण स्वलीलया न तस्य चित्रं परपाक्ष निग्रहस् तथापि मर्त्यानुविधस्य वर्ण्यते. For Krishna, who orchestrates the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the three worlds, and who possesses unlimited spiritual qualities, Ananta Guna, unlimited spiritual qualities, it is hardly amazing that he subdues an opposing party. Still, when Lord Krishna does so, imitating human behavior, the sages glorify his acts. Varanyate. They glorify his acts. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam shrimadatatam bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida jana. The sages glorify, and they travel all over the world glorifying the activities, the divine activities of Krishna. And these sages are personalities like Srila Prabhupada. Now, this purport is a little large, and in the interest of time, I'm going to just read part of it. The question is that since Krishna creates, maintains, and destroys the entire universe, annihilates the entire universe, isn't it an uninteresting match when he fights against Jarasandha? Who is Jarasandha? He is just one little jiva. And from Krishna's expansion of the expansion, Mahavishnu, from his breathing, millions of universes are coming out. And Jarasandha is one little living entity in one of those universes. And Krishna is fighting and defeating him. What's so wonderful about it? The answer is as follows. Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna plays the part of a human being, and expanding his pleasure potency creates thrilling, transcendental pastimes full of suspense and dynamic action. By the Lord's Yogamaya potency, spiritual potency, he appears exactly like a human being. And thus we may enjoy the spectacle of the Supreme Person acting on the earthly stage. This is wonderful. That although Krishna is Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayak, he is the Lord of all the universes, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, that supreme omnipotent Lord is playing like a human being. This is wonderful. Undoubtedly, stubborn agnostics will argue that since Krishna is God, there is no real suspense involved. Such skeptics simply do not understand Krishna's attractive potency. Beauty and drama, even on the material stage, possess their own fascinating logic. People pay so many dollars to go to, what is that, in New York, Broadway show? They go there to watch those dramas. But we can experience millions of times greater pleasure, dramatic pleasure, simply by reading with faith Krishna's pastimes, as mentioned in the scriptures. And it's free. And similarly, we love Krishna for his own sake. We appreciate Krishna's beauty for its own sake. And we enjoy Krishna's pastimes because they are, in fact, wonderful in and of themselves. They are wonderful because we love Krishna. In fact, Krishna executes his pastimes not for a mundane, egotistical purpose, but for our pleasure. It's like a father for a child's father and mother for a child's birthday. They are planning birthday surprises. They are planning some magician will come. They are planning friends are going to show up suddenly. There's going to be a surprise birthday cake. The parents have planned. Now the child knows it's my birthday. My parents have planned a surprise. The child knows. But when the surprise happens, the child will pretend to be surprised. Ah, oh, this magic show was so good. Oh, thank you for calling my best friends. Thank you for making my favorite pizza. Thank you for this wonderful cake. The child will genuinely enjoy because all that is done with love. Similarly, Krishna has no business coming to this dirty material world, but Krishna has come for our sake. And therefore, we as devotees, we love Krishna's Leela. We love Krishna's pastimes. In fact, Krishna executes his pastimes not for a mundane, egotistical purpose to show that I am the strongest. No, no, no. But anugrahaya bhaktanam, to give pleasure to the devotees, Krishna does this. Thus, the presentation of spiritual pastimes is itself an act of love that Krishna performs for the infinite spiritual happiness of pure hearted souls who have transcended material envy of Godhead. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada would take so much pleasure just sitting and telling devotees, read Krishna book. And Prabhupada is just enjoying listening Krishna book. Not because Prabhupada wrote the Krishna book, but because it is filled with the pastimes and activities of Krishna, who Srila Prabhupada genuinely loves. It's a matter of love. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes an important verse from the Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Narakriti Parabrahma Karana Manushaha. The supreme absolute truth for his own purpose, appears in a human-like form, although he is a source of everything. Similarly, in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.32, we find Yan Mitram Paramanandam Purna Brahma Sanatanam. The source of all transcendental bliss, Paramanandam, the eternal supreme Brahman, Purna Brahma Sanatanam, has become their friend. Yan Mitra, he has become the friend of these cowherd boys, the Gopas. How wonderful is that? Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, is playing like a friend with these Gopas, stealing their picnic food, eating from their mouth, playing tag, playing hide and seek with them. The Supreme Lord is enjoying with his friends. So these are the activities of the spiritual world revealed to us by Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas, and we should pray that we are able to relish them for what they are, just as it is, without unnecessary analysis. Otherwise, we'll get paralysis by analysis. So, with this, I will stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
We're praying to Krishna that one day we'll be able to relish Srimad Bhagavatam the way you're relishing it, Adi Gadahara Prabhu.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Okay, Preeti Chitravedi. Preeti has her hand up. Preeti, go ahead. Preeti, unmute yourself. Okay, Preeti put something in the chat. Preeti, you want to unmute yourself and
please take the above question. Okay, let me go. Preeti, okay. I am struggling to find happiness in anything. Hare Krishna. Even I score full marks in exam. Due to this, I am Krishna conscious. I know that we should not expect anything from Krishna. I belong to Krishna's troop. Also, I am unable to chant attentively, and I used to chant 16 rounds earlier, not attentively, and so left chanting. And even after taking oath in front of the Lord, I don't want to leave chanting, but cannot do chanting. Kindly share your thoughts on this. Kindly give me some. Hare Krishna. साधु संग सर्व शास्त्र कहे लव मात्र साधु संग सर्व सिद्धि है. Whenever we become spiritually weak, it is because of bad association. So the treatment is to come into good association. So you be with sincere devotees, come back in the association of sincere devotees, and your spiritual life will flourish. If you want a plant to grow healthy, you have to give it adequate water, fertile soil, and nice sunlight. Similarly, we need to chant the holy name, which is like watering the plant. We need healthy sunshine which is the instructions of the Shastra scriptures. And we need healthy soil where we are planted. We should be planted in good, sincere devotee association. So for more details, Preeti Mataji, you can contact some local ISKCON devotee. I don't know where you are planted, but plant yourself in the association of devotees and chant Hare Krishna and get instructions from Srila Prabhupada's books and from the Harikatha, the lectures of sincere devotees. That is the best way to flourish spiritually. And again, you will become spiritually very healthy. So just contact some local devotee because it is not something I can address in just few minutes. But I hope you got the point. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare
Yeah, it's
Krishna.
one thing to avoid bad association, but it's important to have good association. Okay, Bhima Prabhu. You have a lot of snow to shovel, Bhima Prabhu.
Yeah. Haribol, Hare Krishna, Hare Gadadha. What a
Hare Krishna.
wonderful class. It's like a cowherd boy, listening to a cowherd boy tell us what Krishna just got through doing. You know, and we're all sitting around listening with our ears perked and our eyebrows raised.
Don't walk too far away from the router, Bhima Prabhu.
That I find about Krishna's pastimes that when, okay, hold on. How about now? Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes? Well, anyways. Am I still there? Go on to somebody else. Hare Krishna. Wonderful class, Prabhu.
Thank you, Bhima Prabhu. Bruce,
Yeah.
Kirtan admirer. Let's hear him.
Hare Krishna. Good morning. Hare, another wonderful class between a perfect lecture and the best lullaby ever. I have a question. We have as devotees, we have our understanding of Krishna when he's in battle, when he's at war. And it is for our pleasure, our understandings of his pastimes, and also to show us different lessons. But for the people who say to me, you know, why is your God so violent? Why does he kill? Why does he fight so many demons? And yes, we understand that's for our own benefit, but these people don't see it this way. Can you please arm me with a rebuttal that is informative, shastric, and accurate, so I can help defend our Lord in the correct way?
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada was asked this question, and Srila Prabhupada responded that if someone comes to attack you, or comes to attack your daughter, or your wife, or your sister, will you just stand and say, I am non-violent, I practice ahimsa, I am non-violent person, I will not do anything? Or will you stand up and try to protect those whom you love? So similarly, there is a place for non-violence, and by nature, a devotee is very non-violent, and Krishna is also very non-violent. But because the demons instigate trouble, and they are the aggressors, they are the attackers, therefore there is a need for violence. Even though Krishna doesn't want it, there is a need for violence because those who have demoniac nature, they um, they start the violence. Just like in a government, there is no need to have big armies. There is no need to have cops if everyone followed the law. But still, there are cops because some will break the law. And to keep them off the streets, you need prisons and you need cops. So it is required. It's a necessary evil. It's a necessary evil because evil exists. You have to use a thorn to draw a thorn.
Oh, yeah. My son got rear-ended on his motorbike a week and a half ago, and I ran to the scene of the accident, and the man that came out of the car, it was everything in me, everything I've learned over the my whole life to not. And the police, he said to me, "Are you okay?" Because I guess he could see the fire in my eyes, and just this nature to protect my son was just overwhelming to me. But I did feel I did the right thing. I let him continue his life in his ignorance. And the police did sort of acknowledge the fact that don't do anything foolish. And I didn't. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Beautiful answer.
Hare Krishna.
Chachumaya sadhu kala vigrahasya govinda hari purusha mahabhajami govinda hari purusha mahabhajami govinda Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna. We go to the kitchen now.
Shri Radha Muralidhar, Shri Guru Chandra Ki Jai. Shri Adi Gadahara Prabhu Ki Jai. Adi Gadahara Prabhu, very quickly, if we are struggling without devotees association, what do we do? If we don't have devotees association, what do we do?
So in spiritual life, in Krishna consciousness, there is always good, better, and best. And we have to choose whatever we can. If we don't have in-person association, then we can take online association, virtual association, and that way be connected.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hey, if there's no association, then go get it in any shape, form. Go get it. That's our job. And it's available. There's no impediment, right? Are there any impediments to bhakti?
Our own desire, lack of desire, that's the only impediment.
Chai. Thank you
Where
very
there is
much.
a will, there is a way.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Prabhu. Thanks, everyone. Good to see you, Prabhu and Prabhujinis. Come again. Srimad Bhagavatam never ends, never stops, and the happiness is ever increasing. And there's enough service and enough association and enough prasadam for everyone.
Thank you.
Right?
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Adi Gadahara.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.